usually it means a non-Israelite people, you see. But it also means an Israelite, you see. And I have to show you that because we know that these other nations not going to know the way of the Most High. They're not going to know a Mashiach YAHAWASHI, the way of a Mashiach YAHAWASHI. You see? So we have to identify this. It's going to be plain and clear for those that have analytical minds. So you see, they said, where's he going to go? Unto the dispersed among the Gentiles and teach the Gentiles. So the ones that, keep this in mind, the ones that roll with the Mashiach YAHAWASHI, they looked at everybody else that was an Israelite outside from being with them as Gentiles, especially the northern tribes. As we went over, you know, I showed you how the Most High split the kingdom and they went into idolatry on a high level. You'll see this. Okay, now, when you go to, let me show you. When you go to 1 Peter's 1:1. 1 Peter's 1:1. Let me show you how you can dissect the Bible. 1 Peter's 1:1. Peter, an apostle of the Mashiach YAHAWASHI, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. These different lands that we were in, right? But we were strangers. Like some of you, you don't know me, I don't know you, but you're an Israelite and you're a stranger in whatever city you live in. I'm a stranger to you, you're a stranger to me. We don't know each other, but we are Israelites, you see. That's why you say who? Elect, verse 2. Elect, according to the foreknowledge of the Most High, the Father. So who's the elect? The elect are the strangers that are scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. It says elect. So these men are the elect, right? So who are the elect? Let's find out. How do you prove who the elect are, class? You see, it's very important. So when you go to the New Testament, you can identify who it's talking to without a shadow of a doubt. Isaiah 45:4 defines who the elect are. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect. You see? That's all we need. It's telling you, Israel mine elect. So the Israelites are the elect of the Most High. That's who Peter was talking to. The elect, right? So we're going to break it down. So without a shadow of a doubt, you break it down, you know, for you that are in opposition of what it is that's coming out. You make all these definitions mean something different from the scriptures, though. If not, you got to adhere to this. Like we had to adhere from whatever mindset we came from as Israelites, we had to adhere to the truth. It's the truth. So Peter talked to the strangers of Israel that are scattered among these different lands. Verse 2 of 1 Peter 1:2. Elect. So we define elect as the Israelites. According to the foreknowledge of the Most High, the Father, who is the Most High, the Father, who's the Father of. Acts, you ain't got to go back far. We stay in the New Testament. Acts 3:13. Acts 3:13. Acts 3:13. the father of Abraham, show me the power of Abraham, and of Isaac, and of Jacob, the power of our fathers, right? So the Most High clearly let us know in Luke 1:68. Luke 1:68. Right here. And I'm only here in the New Testament because y'all be saying we deal with the Old Testament. So I'm going to show you what you believe in, should believe in, from what you say you believe in. Look what it says. Luke 1:68. Blessed be the most high power of Israel. You see? No one else. He the most high power of Israel. For he hath visited and redeemed his people. Not everybody. His people. And have raised up an horn, which is the power of salvation, which is powers and authority on this earth, for us, the 12 tribes of Israel, his people, in the house of his servant David. The MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI, coming out of the same tribe of Judah that King David was born into. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, who all had the spirit of a MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI, which have been since the world began, that we, the Israelites, should be saved. That's salvation, powers and authority, from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. You see? So, when you look at this, we're looking at who these books are talking to, because y'all go to these books and you try and put yourself in here as a Gentile nation, and it's not talking to you. Peter, an apostle of MASHAYACH YAHAWASHI, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus. This is 1 Peter 1:1. Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. Let's look at those different places that the strangers of Israel, we as Israelites, were, right? So now we can go to Acts, the 2nd chapter. Remember MASHAYACH said, I will come to you. I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. So he came in Acts, the 2nd chapter. And a lot of you churches use Acts, the 2nd chapter to say you got to speak in tongues and all this stuff, or be filled with the Holy Ghost and all that. It's not a reality of truth. Because look at Acts 2:1. We look at all those places that Peter was talking to the strangers from those different lands, different places. But Acts 2:1 says, and when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place, right? So what is the day of Pentecost? I'm talking to Christians, because y'all go here to say, this is what you're using to say you got to speak in tongues and be filled with the Holy Ghost and so forth. Now, verse 5 says clearly, and there was dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men, very spiritual men, out of every nation under heaven. So it's not Gentiles. So if you're a Gentile, this has nothing to do with you. So far, we don't see where it's talking about any Gentiles of any other nation outside of the 12 tribes of Israel. So let's look at verse 9. It's going to tell you who these Jews were and where they came from. And you're going to see the same names that we just seen in 1 Peter 1:1. Verse 9, Parthians. This is where we came from. Parthians and Medes and Elamites and the dwellers of Mesopotamia and in Judea. These are all Jews. These are Israelites. In Cappadocia, you see these names, same names, in Pontus, in Asia, Phrygia, in Pamphylia, in Egypt, and in parts of Libya, about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome, Jews and proselytes, Cretes and Arabians. We do hear them speak in our tongues. That's our